in what has become to be known as the long goodbye for our tiny, perfect master. It has been a long interregnum between the announcement of his successor in November, Senator Hugh Segal, who couldn't be here this evening, and this very day. The longest interregnum in history is in Norway, the fall of Ethelric the Simple until the coronation of Hakon the Farrier. I wish that the senator could be with us to tell us what it's like to feel like Prince Charles. We also want to mark today as John's 70th birthday, if you can believe it. Welcome to Old Fartsville. In truth, his contributions to this college over 19 years have been extraordinary, as our speakers this late afternoon will attest. I would advance the heretical notion that his contributions to the college equal, even surpass those of the founding master. I know that's heresy. I met John in China in 1977. I was traveling with the Toronto Symphony Orchestra. I was principal cellist at the time, and he met us at White Cloud Airport. Is that what it's called? Flying Cloud?
It used to be called the Sea is Red.
Yes, the Sea is Red Airport. And he was so welcoming, he said, in that funny Fraser way of his, "Enright, what the hell are you doing here?" We meet every week and have for a number of years with colleagues and friends for a breakfast. There is no gossiping that goes on at that weekly event. John leads us in seminars about conditions in China or Tehran. It's a very high-blown collegial meeting. And as you all know, John eschews gossip with a passion, so it's nice. By a delightful coincidence, it also happens to be the 70th birthday of Ian Webb, who is chair of the search committee which chose the Master-elect Segal. And happy birthday to Ian. Where are you? If you're able to stand at age 70, say hello. I want to keep my remarks short because I didn't have time to write long ones. There's a lot of people to thank. The Quadrangle Society is an extraordinary institution that does great work, and I need to thank people who make this thing happen time after time. The Society members, Nona MacDonald Heaslip, Tom Cairns, and Mary Janigan, a former colleague of mine, Judy Matthews and Andrew Stewart. Their generous support to Massey College over the past year has greatly assisted in putting on this event. I was a fellow, I think a Hale Fellow of this college in 1978. I had a carol down in the bowels of the place, and it was a terrific opportunity for me because some of you may know my academic career was not the most sterling in history, although I spent many wonderful years in grade 12. I would now like to call on Ken McCarter. He is the chair, Quadrangle Society speaker. Ken, there you go.
Well, thank you, Michael. We're here today, as Michael said, to thank John for his vision almost 20 years ago in creating the Quadrangle Society, which enables us to be part of this great institution, Massey College. Our membership in the college allows us to meet the brilliant junior fellows and distinguished senior fellows as we take part in so many of the college's activities, ceremonies, and special events. As well, it gives us many opportunities to enjoy this wonderful piece of architecture by the BC architect Ron Tong. In creating the Quadrangle Society, Master Fraser has advanced one of the aims of the college founder, Vincent Massey, and its founding master, Robertson Davies, to make the college a point of contact between the academic world and the world at large. As well as enjoying the college, we are able to contribute to it. We now have 365 members who provide the college annually with around $125,000. Total donations since inception of the society in January 1996, when it had under 100 members, have been close to 1.2 million. These donations let the college do any number of things that it could not otherwise do. Our society joins with the community of junior fellows through Dining and Hall and through the mentorship program, which provides informal pairing of junior fellows and quadrangles. And we're working on instituting a more formal career-based mentoring. We hope that the Quadrangle Society has been able to give to the college as much as we have received from it. But today, we want to thank John, the 2012 Canadian Scot of the Year, whose generosity knows no bounds, and Elizabeth, for welcoming us into the college so warmly over these years. I'm happy to announce that through the kindness of members of the Society, other college members, and some other friends, and with the generous support of Quadrangle Rupert Duchesne of AMIA, the parent company of Aeroplan, we can present John and Elizabeth with 1,419,500 Aeroplan points that they will use to take them on their travels after leaving the Master's Lodge. Anyone who intended to donate points and has not yet done so is welcome to do so. Donations are not yet closed. I should add that Quadranglers have also given a generous amount of cash to assist John and Elizabeth with the cash portion of the Aeroplan adventures. So if John and Elizabeth could come, we have a symbol of the Aeroplan. Okay, very good.
He's not going to like this.
There. All right. Very good. Members of the Society have provided stories and memories of John and Elizabeth, and those are being assembled for presentation to them. There is still an opportunity to contribute if you have not done so. Finally, many people have helped put on this marvelous event in the Quadrangle, and you will see them referred to in the program. One of them is Nona MacDonald-Peasley. Nona has been a generous supporter of the Quadrangle Society, and Nona has a special announcement to make.
I have news, good news. In recognition of John Fraser's founding of this Quadrangle Society and keeping it so vital through the last 20 years, I am pleased to announce that he has accepted becoming the first patron of the Quadrangle Society. We have a patron, and we will have John Anderson Fraser back in our midst, probably in the late fall, after he spent most of those airline miles, and he'll come back absolutely rested and full of vim and vigor. So I just am thrilled to say that we look forward to your return. And remember, everybody, we have the first patron, the well-deserving John Fraser. Congratulations.
Lovely. Thank you, Nona. Thank you very much indeed. 1.2 million Aeroplan points. I want to take this
1.4,
moment.
I heard.
1.4. I want to take this moment to thank the Quadrangle Society for my July Metro Pass. I will always think of you when I go to the St. Andrews station. B.B. King, H.J. Hines, J.R. Ewing, J.J. Hunsaker, R.A. Dickey. People who are known almost by their initials more than what they do. If I say R.H., I'm talking about one of the finest actors this country has ever produced, R.H. Thompson.
Thank you, M.E. Well, it is my delicious task as one of the Quadranglers, the Quadranglers so generously invited into. I'm the rabble, I'm the acting rabble. How the generous master have invited me, and I don't know. But to acknowledge the wonderful contribution to the arts and artists that John and Elizabeth have done for 20 years. It's fantastic. The arts need whatever welcome we can get in this Arctic storm that's coming from Ottawa. The visual arts, such as installing the beautiful stained glass, the wisdom windows in the upper library, honoring Rose Wolfe and Ursula Franklin, and a new home for the New Art Institute, the writers, the scribblers, the journalists, the Richard Gwynns, they're all there. And the welcome that the Master and Massey gives to the writers in residence, and the book club, and book launchings, and literary events, and the Barbara Moon Fellowship, the theater arts, the rabble, the performing arts. While we were here, generous Master Fraser, former theater critic, and I keep thinking of that small scene from Waiting for Godot between Esmer and Vladimir. 3 words, 3 insults. The first is curate. The second insult is cretin, and the third riposte is critic. In affection. Thank you for having us, the rabble, the performing rabble. And music, especially music. Blessed are they who give us music. The Opera Club, the wonderful relationship the college has with the Canadian Opera Company, the music within the college, the Arbor Oak Trio with Larry Beckwith, the Talisker Players, under the Quadrangle Society member Mary McGuire, which has in effect given Massey its own chamber. So John and Elizabeth, in your honor, we have, with the generous support of Judy Matthews, asked the Talisker Players to commission a new work for now. And it is by the young English composer Robert Busiakiewicz, a member of Massey College and the Fraser family, and is a setting to the poem called Church Music by the 17th century English poet George Herbert. So I will read the poem, or I will stagger through the poem and come out the other end, and the Talisker's Players with the Massey College Chapel Choir will then perform it. Is this the first performance? Yes. This is always a delicious moment in the world when a new piece of art is revealed. First the words, and then the music. Church music, George Herbert. Sweetest of sweets. Sweetest of sweets, I thank you. When displeasure did through my body wound my mind, you took me thence, and in your house of pleasure a dainty lodging me assign. Now I in you without a body move, rising and falling with your wings. We both together sweetly live and love, yet say sometimes, God help poor kings. Comfort, I'll die, for if you post from me, sure I shall do so, and much more. But if I travel in your company, you know the way to heaven's door.
I'd just like to thank our conductor, Bill Rowson, for bringing this all together for us. And I'd also like to point out that the Talisker players, well, the quartet today includes 3 members of Talisker players and Larry Beckwith, who was the leader of the Arbor Oak Trio, our predecessors as ensemble in residence, and who joins us today as a special guest and as a tribute to John's musical legacy at Massey College. And now I'd like to introduce another special guest, the wonderful soprano Terry Dunn, who has sung she's sung many times at Massey College with the Arbor Oak Trio and in latter years with the Talisker players. She is an esteemed friend of the Fraser McCallums and of the college. She's going to sing a familiar song in a new guise. Oh, and we think that it is most appropriate to the occasion, and it comes truly from all of our hearts.
That this place was born to do and was struggling to do, and I had the chance to do it, and it was to basically bring all of you to this incredibly wonderful place and to let the whole idea that Vincent Massey and Robertson Davies had, and it goes way back to the mists of time. It is that in all life everything is connected, and this perfect little place, well, not perfect, but mostly perfect, is an extraordinary example of how things are interconnected. All people in different fields, people connected, and all I see here is one great connection all around. I want to thank the committee. I know all the work that they've done. I think these things are incredibly demanding to do. I want to thank Ken and Ramsey and Marcia and Susan and Amala and this lady on my right. If I start talking about her, I'll really lose it. So you know, don't you? And you can see Charlie Pactor's wonderful portrait of us over there. And as one of my daughters said to me, it looks like Mom saying, "Dad, I've heard that story 50 times." We think Mr. Pactor has got the team here. I want to meet you all. I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. This has been a very, very special day. God bless you all. Thank you.
Last word.
I'll be brief. I think that you know that John has given his all for 20 years to this college. He has really given his all. A change, he's done so much to not change the college, but to increase the scope of the college, that maybe it is time for somebody else with a new perspective who can take it on to another level and to new adventures. Thank you.